everyone. I'm Emily Boho. I'm an admissions counselor here at Southeastern. I am going to be talking to you guys about MyDen. So MyDen is something that our Southeastern students are able to use, and it has different applications that we use as students. I say as students, but so a lot of things that students are now kind of getting into, especially our beginning freshmen for the fall, is Leonet and Moodle, as well as their Webmail. So I'm going to go through a couple of slides that are going to show where is it located, what do I do, how do I log in, things like that. If you have specific questions, make sure to go ahead and add those into the comments, and I'll try to read them as I can. And I do apologize for the glare in the background. But I'm going to go ahead and get started. So I'm going to switch over to our my little PowerPoint that I have for this. So just bear with me for just a second. I'm not super tech savvy, so. Okay, so here we have navigating MyDen. So what I'm going to do now is, what is the MyDen page? I did just briefly explain what this is, but what our MyDen page looks like, I'll show you that too, and how do you get to it. So you go to southeastern.edu/MyDen. It's also located in the upper right-hand corner. So when you go to southeastern.edu, you'll be able to see a few different applications, and you'll see MyDen. And then from there, you'll see a few little applications. These are some things that our students will be able to use. So as a student, you have Webmail, which is your Southeastern email account. Whenever you become a true student, you start in the fall semester, you'll actually be able to see this. You'll be able to see it, have access to it, but this is something that you have to email your professors from. You can't email from your personal email account, emilybohall123@gmail.com. It has to come directly from your Southeastern Webmail account. And I'll go through that and how to access that. Another thing you'll see here is Leonet. Leonet is basically our systems processing, how you register for classes. That's where you go to enroll in classes. That's also where you'll pay your tuition. That's how you'll pay it through that application or that system. And then a few other things, vehicle registration, choosing your meal plan, a lot of different things as you go. The best way to learn Leonet is pretty much just to open the tabs, look at them, see what they do. Don't do anything crazy, but just kind of navigate yourself through that. And then also too, Moodle is another thing that students will be looking at for that. So Moodle is also something that we put, your professor or your faculty member is going to put through their information for your class, especially being over the summer online classes. A lot of these things will be posted onto Moodle, and then you'll be able to see your syllabus, you'll do some homework, your quizzes, things like that through Moodle as well. And again, the webpage is southeastern.edu/MyDen. All right. And so my biggest question is, what is Leonet? It is Leonet. A lot of people say Lionnet, which I would love for it to be that, but it is Leonet. It is a system that we use to register for courses. This is how you'll pay your tuition, how to choose a meal plan, a vehicle registration. Those are just some of the bigger topics that you'll choose from for there. This is where pretty much your homepage as a student, where you'll see your grades will be posted, your final grades for the semester will be posted. Your degree path, how much of the percentage that you've gotten done within your degree. I'm trying to think a few other things. Tuition, obviously I said, was posted on there. And then also to your GPA. So at the end of the semester when grades are posted, you'll see that there. So how to access Leonet, you would go to southeastern.edu/MyDen. You could also go to the webpage southeastern.edu/Leonet, Leonet. Or if you go to MyDen, it's this application here. Nice gold arrow for you to see. And then from there, you're going to log in. So whenever you log in, it's your user ID for Leonet, Moodle, those two applications, your username will be your W number. It is W and then the 7-digit number that comes with that. Your W number, if you're a beginning freshman, is found at the top right of your acceptance letter. We call it a student ID number, but it's also considered a W number. This is very, very important to remember. It's very similar to your social security number. You need to know it, remember it if you can. Pretty much that's how we don't identify you by number, we identify you by name, but to look you up very quickly because there may be a lot of Ashley Smith within the university. So it is good to have and to know your W number. So you would log in with your W number here, your password, which I'm going to go over this as well. As a beginning freshman, when you first start with Southeastern, you do have like a preset password. That preset password, we'll go over how to find that, but your W number, and then your preset password, which is capital S as in student. So capital S, and then your month, date, and year of your birthday. So for instance, if it's, I don't know, June 1st of 2001, your password would be capital S as in student, 06-01-2001. So that would be your first initial preset password. If you have already reset your password, then that's what it's going to be from there. And again, throughout this live, I am going to go ahead and show you guys how to first find what is your username, what is your password, and then secondly, if you need to change that too. So this is for Leonet. What is Moodle and how do you access Moodle? Moodle, again, is something that students use. This is more for like the school aspect of things, your education, your assignments will be posted on here, a little bit of a schedule, especially over the summer, you guys. This is where everything's going to be located since, you know, our first half of the summer and a full-term summer will be online. So you can access that again by going to southeastern.edu/MyDen, and then you would see our applications here and you'll see Moodle. It works best on a computer. I know there is an application for Moodle, but it doesn't really work really well with our Southeastern account with it. So it's probably best just to do it on your laptop. So again, I did mention Leonet and Moodle both have the same username and password. So again, username is your W number with the W. It doesn't matter if it's capital or lowercase. You just want to make sure the W is there, W and your 7-digit number there. Again, that is found on the top right of your acceptance letter. If you've misplaced your acceptance letter, I'll show you later in this live how to find that out. And then your password, whatever your password is, if you've changed it, or again, the S, month, this is for your birthday. So S, capital S, month, dash, day, dash, year. So S06-01-2001. That would be your first preset password. Webmail. So this is a lot of working with students. This is the most questions I get, or the most questions I get asked a lot is my webmail, I can't access it. It's the same login as my Leonet and Moodle, right? It used to be, but with our webmail, we're partnered with Gmail. So with that, Gmail has encouraged us to do a 2-step verification and also to not using a W number as your username because it's easily accessible and someone could potentially hack your account, and we really don't want that to happen. So what we did a few years ago is change it to your first name dot your last name at selu.edu. And I'll show you how to access this as well. So here, if you go to southeastern.edu/MyDen, and again, the application is here, Webmail. I do know a lot of students try to do this on your phone. If you already have a Gmail account and it's already synced with your phone and you try to do it through our website on your phone, it's going to end up going straight to your personal Gmail account. So it's best to probably do this first on a laptop, and then you can go into settings on your phone and add it accordingly. This is my big thing. If you pay attention to anything, this is it for your webmail login. A lot of students are like, I'm going to go ahead and press login to your webmail. I know my W number. I know my password. It's the same as Leonet, but I'm just going to go ahead and do that. And then it says, we can't find you. Your password's incorrect. And you keep trying, and then you get locked out. All of that fun stuff that you really don't want to deal with, especially being remote, us working remotely and trying really hard to help you, but The best thing the best thing for you to do is to go ahead and read this lovely yellow box. It's kind of like a tannish color, but it does say we no longer use the W numbers like I mentioned earlier. We use a certain username. And like here, if you don't know your username, say you have a very common name, you know, John Doe, there could be 7 John Does at the university. So you may have John.Doe -1, -2, -3, all the way to -7. So what you definitely want to do is look up your username first. And when you look up your username, it's usually going to do it by the last 4 of your social and your date of birth. So making sure when you do apply, you are putting your social into your application, as well as making sure it is correct. So if you don't know your username, which again should be your first name dot your last name at SELU.edu, if it's not working, or if you're completely unsure, you think that might be it, but we just want to double check. Go ahead and click username, find my username here. Another thing is if that doesn't work and you're using your same password, a lot of times Gmail really wants to up the security for you for your Webmail account. So here it says, if your Gmail password doesn't seem to work, but you can still log into Leonet or into Moodle, you may have to reset your password with Gmail because we are partnered with them. When you do that, you can press reset your password and it'll walk you through the steps. You'll put your W number and then your current password that you're actually able to use with Leonet, and then it'll allow you to reset it to a personal password that you have. Once you reset that password there, it will reset for everything. So that password will now work for Leonet, your Moodle, as well as your Webmail, and you'll be able to log in. As a beginning freshman, you definitely want to start looking into this. If you've already been admitted to the university, you definitely want to start looking at your Webmail. Everything, once you become a student here at Southeastern, once you started classes, your feet are on the ground, you started classes for the fall, that is something you want to check every day. Your professors will be emailing you through that Webmail. They will not be emailing you at emilybohall123@gmail.com. It will strictly be your Southeastern email account. Here, how do I find my username and my password, and how can I reset my password? I did kind of go over that, especially with here with your Webmail, finding your username, because again, it is different than your W number. It is, you know, your first name dot your last name at SELU.edu. But if you want to double check, check it here. If not, you're really unsure, you have no idea where to start. If you go back to the MyDen page, southeastern.edu/MyDen, you'll be able to see this little link here. Ooh, my little thing is in the way. It says first time user or need to change your password. If you already know your password and you have that first preset password with the S in your birthday, you know, and you don't want anybody to hack in or know it or anything of that sort, you can go ahead and change your password now. But if you're a first time user, you don't know your W number, you've misplaced your acceptance letter, all of that, go ahead and click on first time user. When you do that, it'll then be able to pull up, you'll be able to add in your, I think it's my next slide, yes. You'll be able to add in your social security number here, as well as your date of birth. Now, if you did not include your social security number onto your account, that may pose a problem. So when you applied and you did not, you did not submit your social security number within your application, we won't be able to find you this way. So the best thing for you to do is to contact your recruiter, and I have their information later on in this live. But if you already, you sent your Southeastern application with your social security number inserted into that, go ahead and look onto there, go ahead and add that in there, and then you'll add your birthday. I have these, these two things underlined because a lot of students will enter their social with the dash like it has here, or their birthday with the 4 year instead of just the last 2 digits of that year that they were born. You want to make sure if your social is this 987654321, you insert it without any dashes. So here, and then your date of birth exactly in this format: month, day, year, year. So example, June 3rd, 1979, you would put 060379, not 1979. Click Find My Account. I will let you know, a lot of students, you just want to make sure you scroll down. When you scroll down, it'll say, welcome, Emily. Here is your W number, and here's your first initial preset password to use if you've never reset it before. And so that's where you'll be able to find that information. I am going to go ahead and show you guys if I was to log in. just going through the motions. I know a lot of people are more visual. So here it is a little slow. So I'm a first time user. I'm not really sure what my W number is. So I am going to enter my social, which you guys cannot see. Oop, I didn't do it right. Look at me. So I entered my social without any dashes, my date of birth. I'm going to enter that. Find my account. Oh, it kind of looks like they didn't do anything, like the page just refreshed. Make sure you scroll down so you can actually see, hi, Emily, your login is as follows. This is my W number. Your initial password is S, birthday, capital S, plus your date of birth, month, day, year, year. For example, October 2nd of 1982. This hypothetical password would be capital S 10-02-1982. And then if you'd like to change your password here, you can go here. Now that you know your W number, you can go ahead and change your password. If you've forgotten your password, even though you've reset it, you can do that here as well. All right, and then I'm going to go back to MyDen at the top right here. And I can show you guys Moodle. I'll kind of show you what it looks like. I am currently in classes. Yay. So Moodle, it looks very similar to this. So this is my academic year. It'll show you 2019, 2020 year, 2020, 21, whatever semester you're attending for. So here I'll see, these are my classes that are listed that I'm taking this summer. And so when you click on this, you'll be able to see course information is generally what is like the first tab. A lot of our beginning freshmen who have already gone through orientation, you guys are actually going to see the same format, very similar to the online orientation. If you haven't gone through orientation, it's okay, your time is coming. But this is very similar. The reason we put orientation through Moodle is so that you guys will be able to navigate Moodle very, very well when it comes to that time whenever you enroll in classes. So each professor is very different. So this may not look exactly the same, but my professor here for this class, she has everything laid out as far as each week. I'm not allowed to work ahead with this specific class, but I am allowed to work per week. So I can go in and go, oh, this week is June 8th through 12th. I'll be able to access this tab. And she has here, you know, some forums that I may need to answer, kind of participating. That's my participation since we are online, some articles to read, and then sometimes there may be quizzes as well. And then let's see what else I can show you guys. I will show you guys Leonet as well. So if we log into Leonet, being a little slow. So you have a student homepage, which you can see here. And in the student homepage, you'll be able to see here what you're able to, your degree path, how much longer you have, how much you owe. Here also is my classes that are listed. This is for the summer. How much I owe in financial aid. I'm sorry, how much I owe as far as my finances, and then my information here. So that's pretty much how we're going to do Leonet here. And then if you go to self-service on this left side, it'll open up a lot of things as a student that you can do. So here, again, this is if you, you have access to your Leonet. If you're wanting to do a meal plan, that's listed here. If you're wanting to do vehicle registration after orientation and you've done your classes, you can do that here. Vehicle registration, make sure you have your vehicle registration and all that information of your vehicle to be able to do that. So a lot of different things that you can do here. The best thing to do is just to kind of play around here, kind of see what everything is. And it does in this bigger section here, it kind of tells you what each thing is. Over here, it's more of like an easier way to get to it. If you want to know, like, as far as what you would get in financial aid, you could go to campus finances and then look here, account inquiry, view your financial aid, accept decline awards. that would be, something you could look at if you have your scholarship or you have financial aid. You're not sure if you have it yet, you can click on there and then you click on the year that you're attending Southeastern. But I think that may be it. So like I said, if you're having issues as far as logging in to Leonet, make sure we can go back, make sure you go to first time user. If you need to change your password, first time user is the biggest help. And that's usually what your recruiter will send you first, just to make sure that you can access that. And then if you're like, I can't access it, making sure you're entering your social right and your birthday. And then from there, you can then reach out to your recruiter. Another thing, one more thing, if you're just joining here, is making sure with your Webmail login, again, it does state as soon as you log into that Webmail application, we no longer use W numbers as usernames. You just want to make sure you're making sure you're using the right username for Webmail. If you don't know it, it is located here. Oopsies. It's located here. If you don't know your username, click here. And then like it says in the red box here, if your password does not work, it works with Leonet and Moodle, but it doesn't really work with your Webmail, you can go ahead and reset your password. When you reset that password, it will reset it for Gmail or Webmail, Moodle, and Leonet all in one. And then everything would be the same for you. And then each of your recruiters here, we have Emily, me, Jacob, Christina Ferrando, Allison Gaspard, Matthew Graham, Justin Molina, Braylon Thorns, and Tristan Wheeler. If you have any questions regarding anything to do with MyDen, or you've tried the first time user to log in and you just can't get it, you can go to southeastern.edu/recruiter. And once you do that, you'll be able to select, depending on what parish you live in, what high school you graduated from, and you can find and reach out to your recruiter that way. As always, we are, because we are working remotely, we are able to do these lives and to answer any questions that you guys may have. But from here, if you guys have any questions, this video will be archived within the week, and it will be found at southeastern.edu/admissions with an S, live, LIVE. And check out the archive folder. It has a lot of different Facebook Lives that we've done, some video webinars that we've done too with different departments on campus. And you can just check those out, on a rainy day. It's not a rainy day today where I'm located. But if you just have some time and you're just a little unsure, try to check that out first, and then you can reach out to your recruiter and we'll be able to answer any questions that you have, and we're definitely happy to help. So I don't see any questions in the comments that I can see, but if you do have any questions, just go ahead and put them in the comments, and then we'll answer them throughout the day as we get them. If not, stay well, stay dry, and line up.